So you might be wondering, Mrs. Bexford, why are you in like a grubby, nasty looking closet for these videos? So tonight is not only musical practice, which means that my classroom is being totally used by people rehearsing for the musical, but it's also parent-teacher conferences tonight. So every available other classroom already has a teacher in it talking to their computer. So this is all I get. Sorry. And I was trying to make the background look more interesting, but for some reason it kept like cutting off this much of my head. So there you go. Try to make it prettier for you next time. Right now we're going to look at the page that says Antonio Vivaldi at the top of it. And then it goes on to talk about factoids and various years, and we're just going to cover those right now. So at the top it says what I composed, and it tells you that he composed orchestra music, he composed concertos, he composed keyboard music, he composed operas, which we talked about a minute ago, and he also composed choral music. So he did a whole lot of different stuff during that time frame. We're going to talk more about what those different types of music mean on a different day. But here are some factoids for you. He wrote more than 500 concertos, of which over 230 are for violin and string orchestra. He also composed concertos for many unusual instruments, including the mandolin, the recorder, which I bet some of you learned to play when you were in 4th grade. In fact, I bet I taught some of you. Maybe. And the viola d'amore, which is a stringed instrument with as many as 14 strings. That would be a lot to keep track of. Vivaldi popularized the cello and the string bass as solo instruments by composing concertos for both. Until that time, neither instrument was considered suitable as a solo instrument. And I will tell you right now in my life, there's nothing better than a good cello solo. Cellos are awesome. You guys got the chance to listen to the 2 cellos like ripping it up on that Vivaldi piece. And so I guess you can probably attest to the fact that cellos can be very awesome. And then Johann Sebastian Bach transcribed or rewrote many of Vivaldi's violin compositions for harpsichord. We will be doing a deep, deep, deep dive into Johann Sebastian Bach probably sometime next week. He's my favorite. Have I said that? I feel like I've said that. Anyway, here are some important events that happened during the lifetime of Antonio Vivaldi. In 1678, which is the year that he was born, Robert de La Salle explored the Great Lakes area of America, and then in 1682 claimed the Louisiana Territory for France. So there's a lot of exploration in our part of the world occurring right at this time. In 1683, the first German immigrants were in North America. In 1692, the College of William and Mary was founded in Virginia. That's actually one of my very favorite places. We go there every Thanksgiving because it's in Williamsburg, like colonial Williamsburg. If you've ever been there, it's so cool. And at Christmas time, like they already have it lit up for Christmas time at Thanksgiving when we go. And with all the colonial buildings and the beautiful lights, it's just gorgeous. It's my favorite place. Anyway, that happened in 1692. The church that we go to an evening church service on Thanksgiving Eve. It's called the Bruton Parish Church, and it was founded right in that time frame, and it's still super old. Everything is candlelight. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay. In 1699, the Tsar Peter the Great decreed that the new year in Russia will start on January 1 instead of September 1. Did you know that people across the world really would use very different calendars? And it wasn't until these times that different areas of the world started to align their calendars so that the new year started for everybody around the same time. It's still not the same time for China. Okay, I have a conference I have to do right now, so we'll delve into part 2 of this in a little bit.